with regards to my teeth, and it was identified that I had gingivitis. And at that appointment, I was anxious. I was anxious to know that was the case. I then have gone on putting a protocol together to heal this gingivitis, and it's like I've still got a little bit of receding gum, but other than that is fine. You know, I really went to town to do that myself, but. And so that was one, and I remember coming away from the dentist and thinking, God, I know there's a reason why I don't like to have these appointments, and at least I've got that out of the way. But literally, other than that, in the last 4 years, there's been nothing, no testing for me or the children. So, you know, that's been my standpoint there. But as I say, because I started having this chest infection, and it wasn't that it was that detrimental, but it was just so different for me to have a chest infection or a cold for that amount of time. So as I say, my thoughts were naturally taking me down that problem-solving route. My ego was, and when I was doing the natural, normal way with the affirming, with the manifestation side of things, this highlighted to me again the difference between negative thoughts to reoccurring thoughts that were just intrusive thoughts, and that's why I made that video. And then I started meditating and looking within, and then a whole load of emotion came up because I was avoiding, I didn't really understand that this is what I was doing, but I was massively avoiding making any appointments, be it private or NHS. It wouldn't have made any difference. It's the perceived conventional way of looking at things, you know, that was fearful to me. And then I purged, I cried, and I understood then that I'd been holding myself back. I could have dealt with this a long time ago by actually giving myself a comprehensive testing regime, be it in the conventional system, but it's not that I agree with conventional. I'm never going to change my mind with this. Each to their own. Everybody's got their own experience and their own way of doing things. For me, personally for me, I choose to not want to go down the conventional route. Again, with my clients, I respect and I understand, and I've evolved to know that everybody's got their own perspective on life, and I love and respect everyone's opinion, because that's what makes us unique and authentic. But this is just mine. So I stand by my decision, but however, I realised that I was holding myself back from not having the information that I needed, because I can work with the testing to then understand if there's anything untoward going on, and then I can still make that decision to have natural or holistic or however way I want to deal with that when I know what I'm up against. As it turns out, this is the beauty of it. And this is why I say emotions live in our body, in our energetic body. So in essence, all I needed to do was release that fear and actually and this is what happened. So I made the decision that I was going to have the tests. I made an appointment for the dentist. I made an appointment to, I had a kit, a comprehensive kit to test from all my sexual health. I made an appointment to have a comprehensive blood test to find out everything that was going on, the full shebang for what was going on with my body. And the irony is, that's all I needed to do. It's strange because I haven't had this cold and cough and anything lingering for weeks and weeks. Well, for weeks since I made this decision. It's been weeks. And as soon as I said right and I made the appointments, everything went. The lingering chest infection, everything went. And assuming because it's been a few weeks, that weather's changing as well now, that everything's going to be fine in that department. And I know it for a fact now, because it was like a weight was lifted just from the act of making the appointments, because I was not doing it through fear. So the fear was living within my energetic body, and all it wanted me to do, I'm going to cry, because I love to cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm going to hold it back. But all I needed to do was to face my fears. That was all that my emotions wanted me to do, and my heart wanted me to do, was to release it and not hold on to it. And then, as soon as I was brave enough to do that, it turned around. The thoughts weren't there, the negativity wasn't there, and I carried on with the appointments because obviously I wanted to follow it through. But it highlighted to me that how much we carry around and stop us from being free of these negative emotions, just because we're holding on to something we don't even understand we're holding on to. And then as soon as the revelations come and we release and we do what's the most scariest thing, suddenly it becomes not scary. And this is what I experienced. So I made an appointment to the dentist. I sent off the testing kit, the sexual health, right, just in case I was going to die of AIDS, or this is the stuff that my brain was telling me, or I'd got this awful STI that I never knew of, and so I did all that and then sent it off, and then I made the dentist appointment. I went to the dentist, but I've got to tell you this part of it, because this part of it, like, I just thought, for God's sake. But I went in and had the appointment, and I explained that I wouldn't normally have this chest infection for this long, and so I wanted to really just tackle this. And he looked at my teeth, and we had a polish, and he says, no, it's fine. He says, it's better than even last time, like whatever you're doing, it's working, and your gums are in good, your hygiene's good, and all the rest of it. And I said, I was just thinking, because do you feel like there's any bacteria living in there that's leaching like into, to my chest area and stuff like that? And I'm not gonna give details, but he said to me, no, it says it's plaque, and he says there's no way. I says, but obviously it's bacterial, and he says no. This is the dentist who's been my dentist for years, and he went, no, it's biofilm, and I was baffled, and I just said, but that's what biofilm is, it's bacteria. And the dentist, who's been mine and my children's dentist for years, he didn't even know that biofilm was bacteria and other microorganisms. He didn't even know this, and I'm educating him a basic thing about plaque and biofilm. So I was kind of like, oh, for God's sake, get me out of here. Because that is the stuff that gives me anxiety. I didn't let it give me anxiety in those moments, because I just thought, no, you've done this for a reason, you've done this for you. But that is the sort of stuff that I'm scared of, is that basic knowledge is lost. So I kind of like got the information that I needed to, and then got out of there. And then got the results back from the sexual testing, and everything was fine. Everything was all clear. And then I made appointments to have this comprehensive blood test, and everything's come back fine. I've found out this morning, and I've got a all over clean bill of health. So I wanted to do this today to just highlight, and it's just so, it was relieving before I even knew these results to just do it, and that's the point. I relieved myself emotionally of the anxiety, the fear. Predominantly it was the fear, by just understanding what I needed to do, which was to walk into the fire. And the rest of it, I knew that my health was good anyway. I knew that everything was good, but it's just confirmed exactly what I've known. I've manifested exactly what I knew, but because it was living in my energetic body, that fear, I still had these reoccurring thoughts. So, again, today's video is to just be extremely vulnerable to you. You don't have to be this vulnerable. This is just how I choose to do things. It's so freeing for me. And I'm that coach. A lot of coaches are not this vulnerable, because I observe it, and I've spoke to a lot of coaches, but I'm that coach. I'm that one that wants to be extremely vulnerable, because it's me, and that's okay. I just want to always express myself to you in a way that, to be honest and upfront and deal with your feelings head on. It's the most freeing thing in the world, it really is. And on that note, I'm going to love and leave you, and sending you lots of loving, positive energy from this very healthy Jenny Mullings. Right? Just clean bill of health. I feel like a born-again virgin at this point. So, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.